to listen to the state of the industry as reported by the acknowledged pillar of the contact center industry. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all please welcome Senior Executive BPO Service Delivery Operations Lead of Accenture Incorporated and the President of the Contact Center Association of the Philippines, Mr. Benedict C. Hernandez.
Hello everyone. Good morning everyone. Just wanted to also do my final thanks to our key speakers so far this morning. So give them a big round of applause for Honorable Secretary Mario Montero on their way to the next meeting. The Mayor of Lapu-Lapu City, Honorable Mayor Radaza, and our Cebu City Mayor Michael Rama. Wanted to also acknowledge the following key VIP guests we have in this gathering. So our DOST ICTO Deputy Executive Secretary, Honorable Monchito Ibrahim, long-time, lifetime partner of the industry. We might have also the Mayor of Iligan City, Honorable Mayor Celso Regenza, and our Department of Labor and Employment Regional Director Chona Montilla. TESDA Region 7 Director Maria Rosana Ordaneta, as well as TESDA Provincial Director of Bohol, Francisca Opog. Thank you everyone for joining this event. Also, we've been joined by all of our delegates from all over the world. Welcome to our ICCCE 2013, as well as our many partners in the industry. You know, it takes a lot of time and energy to be here and take part in this event. And we'd like to also thank the executive team of the IT Business Process Association of the Philippines, IBPAP, led by their President Jomari Mercado. Thank you. Our partner associations, HIMOAP, who are actually represented here as well. GDAP, PSIA, ACPI, our partners for the Next Wave Cities, NICP, our partners who are the Technical Vocational Institutes of the Philippines, and also the Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines. So thank you. All right, before we start the presentation, and a lot of what we actually do during this part of the industry update is before the conference, about the middle of the year, we interviewed the members of our association. And we try to take a pulse check on how everything is going, whether it is the growth rate, the nature of that growth, the challenges you're facing, or any other insights we can get from a mid-year perspective. So later on, we're going to share with you the latest survey. We got 80 contact center companies sharing their data. So it's very interesting what those 80 companies are saying about the current year in terms of the industry. But before we go there, last year was also a big success for this particular event, ICCE. And I'd like to just move on to a video that showcases last, and then we'll go to the 2013 survey results. Video?
Today, the fate of the Philippine contact center industry is in our hands. Last year, one thing was clear. We all saw the industry headed into a trajectory of growth. A year later today, we see that growth moving further forward. Faced with great challenges along the way, the industry surged forward, buoyed by a mission to beef up talent supply. Constantly finding ways to pursue talent retention. Initiate and strongly cement established ties with both government and private sector stakeholders to ensure we maintain a favorable business environment. And pursue the most cost-efficient ways to continue doing business in the face of cost competitiveness issues. Collectively, the industry's huge energy was seen and felt in the biggest gathering of people and state-of-the-art facilities under one roof. Truth to tell, last year's ICCCE was definitely the most widely attended the country has ever seen so far. Today, it is time to look at where we are headed.
All right, so those were the highlights of last year's conference. And this particular conference, again, as mentioned earlier, is the first time we've chosen, after doing this now for several times, in the 9th year we're doing the conference, that we decided to actually do it outside of Metro Manila. And rightfully so, we picked Cebu as the right destination. Now, why did we choose the theme where the world meets the Philippines? Why don't we carry the theme where the world meets the Philippines? And we said that sounds really, really interesting. Why don't we take that? But we didn't really know why we were going to take that. It just sounded nice, that's all. But if you think about that particular theme, I think it's very, very important to understand what collectively we've done as an industry. When you look at how the Philippines have been seen by the rest of the world, we haven't ever really been recognized as a primary global destination for knowledge professional workers. And when you think about the Philippines, where in fact, I'll share to you a bit about my early experience in my current employer. I work also for a private BPO company. And I've been there now for 4 years. And during my first few weeks in that particular company, I was hosting a very senior client who's from the States. And I was telling this client of our demographics in the Philippines. And I had to mention, there's actually 10 million overseas Filipino workers that are all over. Right, there's a lot of Filipino domestic helpers around the world. And that was like my first few weeks in the company. I heard that from this client. I had a pen in my hand. I wanted to stab him in the neck, by saying. But it wasn't going to make a good first impression for my employer if I did that. We lost a client. But when you think about what that really reflects, and you think about what's going on right now in the Philippines, when you look at the contact center, then we have this massive pool of highly qualified and committed workforce. And to be number 1 in the world, and to be of this size and magnitude and reputation, is really what we've established. So although we've always been excited with job generation, with the revenues we help contribute to the economy, which are all phenomenal contributions to the country, I get really more excited with the reputation that we've actually brought to the Filipino knowledge professionals. Of the Philippines to be number 1 in the world, introduce the rest of the world. Right? This is where the world met the Filipino knowledge professionals. So I think that our theme is really, really spot on. We also said, we've been doing this conference in Manila now for so many years, why don't we do it outside? And obviously, after Manila, as mentioned a while ago, then the brightest star shining outside of Metro Manila is Cebu. Big, and now you hear numbers between 90 and 100,000 people are employed in the IT BPM industry in Cebu. So amazing how over 10 years ago, it was nothing. Right? Over 10 years ago, there was really no economic activity to speak of. There's some people in the audience. So Bong Borja was one of the early adopters of Cebu. My company then was one of the early adopters of Cebu. Sykes was also an early adopter of Cebu. And we were some of the first. And then I said, where's the building? There's no building yet. And then we spoke to a local contractor, Wally, you might be here. And we said, we need a building. Can you build one for us? Well, it'll take us 10 months. Okay, build the building, we'll recruit them already, and then we'll fly them to Manila. So we'll train them and we'll have them experience in Manila. We'll fly them back in the hundreds later on. I spoke to Wally the other day. This was over 10 years ago. I2 squared or quadrant, I2 quadrant. Why do you call it I2 quadrant? So 2 to the 4th power, because it's the 16th building.